Hey guys, this is Dan. It's January 2nd, 2018. Always been really interested in animation, but I've always lacked the discipline to actually do like frame by frame, either stop motion or drawn frame animation. But I did find this kind of neat feature on After Effects. It has a cartoon effect where you can kind of tweak it a little bit, and you can actually make it look fair, like make footage look very much like cartoon, or like kind of like a rotoscope look. Simultaneously, I discovered this Flash Gordon animation, Flash Gordon feature from, I can't remember what year, but it's really neat because they did spaceships so they made a model of the spaceship, an actual physical model, but then drew lines on it like to make it look like a cartoon. They did this also in 101 Dalmatians cartoon back in the day, like the animation. They Cruella de Vil's car in that. There's a cool chase sequence. I believe it's in the beginning of the movie. I'm inspired by that. So I started out. This is my first model I made. So you can see it's kind of like it's basically a model with just drawing on it. This is actually just masking tape. This works okay, and then the cartoon function like finds these edges and kind of turns it a little more cartoony. So yeah, I've been working on this, and I'm not sure what the show or what I'm working on is going to become. I was originally going to do just a couple scenes and see how that almost like tests, and that's what I'm working on right now. But the sort of the inspiration for the story is I just watched this awesome documentary actually a documentary series on Netflix, and one was it's called Toys That Made Us, and it has basically all the Saturday morning cartoons of the 80s in there. There was like G.I. Joe and stuff, but the one He-Man was always a big toy for me and my brother. For the longest time, when I was thinking about doing a 2D animation, I've always thought of doing a really cool homage to Masters of the Universe, He-Man and Masters of the Universe, and watching this toy documentary kind of inspired me to kind of combine all these things I've been kind of tweaking with, and just kind of like figuring it out by myself. And one of those was so I had He-Man has spaceships and stuff, so so this is what I was gonna work on. And in the toy documentary they mentioned that He-Man, the original title was going to be Lords of Power, but they thought it was a little too religious. I thought, that name is amazing. So that's kind of like the tentative name for this series of shorts that I plan on working on. I'm not. Some days and weeks I'm going to be working on it harder when I have less to do. Right now I'm kind of like me and Jay are working on like a feature script. We're trying to get that ball rolling for 2018, but will be like a sort of an interim project. So basically I want to do like a homage to Master of the Universe, but less kid friendly. I just don't think kids, it's not really what I want to do. I want to do a He-Man with like sort of a little bit more mature themes. So people will die in it and stuff. So I'm shooting myself and other people against this green screen and mapping in, like for example, there's this guy that I made. So basically I'll shoot this helmet like this mask, and I'll superimpose that over my head in After Effects and then cartoonify all the footage, and it's looking pretty cool actually. I'm pretty surprised by the results. Something like this can turn into, and even this spaceship here can turn into something like even actually cooler than this. So yeah, so that's what I'm sort of dabbling with. It's more of a dabble at this point. Thanks for checking us out.